Here we are, live on the SideQuest, talking trash about people who aren't here yet. I'm
And
Yeah.
and the day's shows. To be honest,
Oh,
let's be real.
it was that too. That's true. Oh, wait. There he is.
Oh.
You made it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we can't talk trash about you anymore. You made it.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry, Dally. I should have let you spit while you had the chance.
Yeah. Well, it's okay. It's not like you don't not talk trash to my face, anyways.
That's true.
That's
true.
the difference.
Hey, friends. We're gonna get right into it. Today was a fun day for content. You guys like content? Have you heard about this? Heard about content? Heard about
hashtag content.
Hashtag content. We're gonna hit the go button. We're gonna talk Nintendo Direct and PlayStation State of Play. And we're just gonna let this run for the 4 hours before it goes in. Let's start right. Oh, it's about to start here. So the very first thing why is this? What the hell? Come on, man. What is going on here?
Dally.
Look at this. Look at this stupid thing. Come on. Do you have to go up to here? Wow. Look at that. Of course it's not work. Of course. Today of all days, everything we try to do doesn't do anything.
You want to
What's going on here, man? Oh, wait. Oh, no. Tune in. It's supposed to be playable. Well, anyways, I was going to start with the Nintendo Direct. Apparently,
well, I mean, worst case, just pull up the UK one. That was all delivered.
It's
on demand anyway.
Yeah. But the UK one also cut the final trailer out of it.
Did they?
Yeah.
Did they really?
Yeah.
That's fan-freaking-tastic.
All because of the title.
Entitled Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
Yeah, Playland. We're trying to go. Unfortunately, we're having some technical difficulties over here. It's playing, but wait.
Oh no! All right, no. See, what you got to do, Dally? The preview's messed up.
Is it really?
Yeah. So scroll down. One of the top comments has all the timestamps. So it's 29:57 is where you start.
What time?
29:57.
Okay. Here we go. All right. Hey, we did it. Thank you. Smart. That's right. Started like a half hour ahead of time and all that. Okay. It's YouTube's fault. Google's fault. Nintendo Direct started off with the much rumored new Fire Emblem game.
Was there much rumor?
Oh, man. It's been rumored for a while.
No. I don't think this doesn't... No.
Yeah.
No.
In fact, it was rumored so much that when they announced Three Hopes or whatever that was back in February, everybody thought that was the new game.
What, the new Musou or
the Musou game? Yeah, they thought for a second there, they're like, "Oh, that's the one everyone's been rumoring about." And then you had folks like Emily Rogers and other folks who said, "No. There's an actual Fire Emblem game coming out this
Also, how could you think that something tied to an anniversary of Fire Emblem after it's been doing numbers for Nintendo would be a hack and slash Musou games? Come on.
Anyways, blue hair, red hair, just like the Nintendo Direct red and the Sony PlayStation blue colors of the day. This is your new hero.
It would be very funny if his hair changed depending on what Joy-Cons you were using.
Dude, oh my god, that would be freaking awesome. Yo.
Sorry, it's tied to an amiibo. Nice try, though.
I love it. Oh, dude, if there's an amiibo to this, I'll get them. Yeah, it's basically you summon Fire Emblem heroes of the past.
It's a gacha.
It's a gacha-ish game. Yeah, I'm okay with it because in gacha, do you see it in gacha? In gacha? No, it's got some really nice visuals there. I always love the Fire Emblem animation for their anime stuff, but now they're kind of putting it in sort of in between these attacks, which is kind of cool. But this is definitely going back to more of the traditional Fire Emblem stuff as opposed to what we saw with Three Houses, which is a little bit more modernized in other ways. But yeah, I'm all for this. This is pretty cool. And either you guys, anything I heard about the Fire Emblem fans besides me?
So Three Houses was like, I had never really played that much Fire Emblem. And I got to the first hard fight in Three Houses. I didn't even get to the time skip. Because I got to the first hard fight, and I couldn't keep everybody alive, and I've never touched it since.
I got past that time skip, and then I fell off because there was just everything else that was coming out. So,
but anyway, but I will say that it is good. It's a good video game that I do want to play. The only thing I love pretty much everything about the way that the trailer looks from an aesthetic. I don't like the color and opacity of the red and the blue on the movement grid, though. I don't know if I'm being prickly about that. It's not red and blue enough for my brain. I don't like it. It needs to, I don't know. It's too translucent, which sounds like a really fucking dumb thing. Otherwise, the whole call down previous Fire Emblem characters and stuff like that. It seems neat. Sure.
They did that a little bit with was it Awakening or one of the other games? One of the other games in recent years had it where you could summon previous heroes. Maybe it was Awakening. I'm not sure. But check that out. Oh, I'm totally getting that. Yeah. Anyways, it's more Fire Emblem. It's January, so Nintendo said that this is going to be mostly for this year. But I think, or did they say mostly this winter? I can't remember. Maybe they said this winter.
What they meant was mostly before the next Switch.
Yeah, mostly before the next. There's all the stuff coming before the next Switch. But It Takes Two. All right, that was rumored. So that's
that was kind of a given, really. Yeah. At some point.
Listen, they got it to work without putting it in the cloud, and that's what was important.
Game of the year, It Takes Two.
It was so good.
Yeah.
And then you have the remake of the formerly Wii exclusive Fatal Frame Mask of the Lunar Eclipse.
Never came here.
Never came here. No, it was only on. It was Wii in Japan, right? It wasn't even in the US. Okay.
Correct. This is the first time it's coming to the.
Yeah, because remember that people in the US don't buy video games, so
no,
it made sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we go. It's
nobody bought Wii games, so they what's the point? So.
It still has a little bit of that Wii ass Wii.
There's only so much you can fucking do with this game,
Yeah, they're not remaking the whole thing,
no,
so
for sure. Anyways, early 2023 as well on that. You got some
Xenoblade Chronicles 3 content update. Basically, it's a new hero to add.
Yeah, and like a battle arena.
Yeah,
you can go back, unlock your swimsuits.
There you go. Good stuff there. Swimsuits, because every game deserves swimsuits. So that's coming October 13th. Yeah, that's the next. And then they said, the next one's coming October, and then they have the other one coming in the fall or in the winter or whatever. Then they got some, let's see here. Are you still playing Xenoblade, by the way? Yep.
Yeah, I played it. Yeah, just chipping away because there's a lot. So I would say that I'll talk over some of the.
Go ahead.
SpongeBob. You guys are watching. You guys can see it. I don't really have an. If I have an opinion about a game that pops up, we can divert easily. There's a part. Oh, actually, here it is. Very actually interesting. Workout game. I will literally probably buy this.
I'm actually definitely buying the
such a simple man.
Yeah.
This is a Wii game.
Yeah, this is a Wii game. This is the kind of thing that you'd buy two freaking Wiimotes just to be able to do this.
Do you remember that Castlevania game that came out for the Wii? Or that it was like a Castlevania weird ass fighting style thing?
Yeah, it was like Lost Judgment or something. Yeah.
Yeah. The original Lost Judgment.
Anyway, so Xenoblade opens up at one point in the story. You get a vehicle and you can go to lots of places, and it's because it is a monolith RPG, it's like 45 million hours into the story. So that's where I'm at, and I've been spending a shit ton of time just going everywhere, and I've had to let go. Realize that it's okay to just enjoy the video game doing that kind of thing, and it's more fun that way. Tunic top 5 game of this year. That was this year, right?
It was this year.
Jesus Christ, man!
I really
Tunic is so good.
Yeah, it's such a good game.
This is a great game to put on the Switch, man.
It totally is. It really is. It's the fit. It's the right fit. I mean, you.
I am
always
worried.
do it with
I am
everything.
worried that they're going to have some frame rate issues in
They
certain
totally
spots, though.
Can't
Front mission.
I'm fucking stoked for the front mission games.
Me too.
Man.
I am really excited because I think I maybe played like minutes of any front mission game in my life.
Dude, I'm seeing all the stat numbers, and it activates my lizard brain.
And I love that they announced that the third one's coming too. I didn't like.
That was Donald Sutherland. Look at that, Kiefer Sutherland. Yeah, so they got the first 3 are coming. That's cool.
Question: are these coming to Steam as well, or are these all Switch exclusives?
They're Switch exclusives, but
they're
as Switch exclusives as another game that's gonna be popping in here shortly. That we're gonna discuss because of those games.
They're timed. They're timed. I'm just saying, you look at that game and you can see that it's not a game that is going to stay on Switch. Forever.
I'll just say, like, Square Enix was all over. Like, Nintendo and Square Enix are madly in love with each other. This is where Zach lost his freaking mind.
Here it is.
Dally, move our cameras away from the bottom left because that's where they keep putting the titles.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, there you go. Story of Seasons, wonderful. Which this is a Harvest Moon game, right? And then they flipped it back.
Yeah. So this was, according to true Harvest Moon historian Quest. This was the last Harvest Moon game made with the original Harvest Moon staff before the big split. And I don't know. I mean, even though it was the last Harvest Moon made before the big split, this game is not that game. I know that it is a remake of that game.
Yeah.
I can't help but have really low expectations.
Mm-hmm. It's the same thing. I'm very limited. My expectations for these completely the same. I'm not a farming game dude, but Zach and Cody are going to be fighting each other.
Cody.
Zach and
Cody. We're going to call
Rhodes. No, Zach and Corey are going to be fighting each other nonstop for any codes. Although, like I told Corey, I deleted your email address. He's technically no longer a SideQuesting writer because he hasn't written anything in like 4 years. But he does give us some scoops.
All right. So giving room to Splatfest, I thought was kind of interesting.
Jeff Grubb.
Jeff Grubb, yeah. Do not vote for Jeff Grubb.
I did say in my predictions we're probably gonna get the first Splatfest.
Yeah.
And this it's a probable, and it was definite. Yeah, definitely the Splatfest. So that'll be good. And then we got come on, dude, show us.
Give us the Kirby now.
Fantastic hair. Just freaking love his hair.
Yeah.
Come on. Let's just flip through here. Yes. No, it's Square Enix. This was Octopath Traveler. Part 2. And I was saying, these games come to Steam and PC and everything else. Triangle Strategy was
Square Enix has made it very clear. We've had almost 5 years of history now with that showing itself to be the pattern. So that part's pretty obvious about.
I'm totally stoked and excited. They've definitely updated the HD 2D stuff to the point where, all right, listen, I had you guys heard me talk about Octopath Traveler for like I think 8 months, 1 month per character. The last time around, I limited my Triangle Strategy talk, but I sold off my copy of Octopath Traveler, or I traded it in or something. I'm buying it again just so I can have it in, because I think I'm going to collect all the HD 2D games in physical.
Truly cursed.
Truly cursed. Anyways, give me more Octopath. Hopefully, the Live Alive renaissance continues, and they actually tie these stories together a little better, because the first Octopath Traveler, you get through one story and you're done. You don't have to worry about it. You can legit just stick with one character and play through as one character and not worry about any other story, because none of the plots. There was sort of there was an overall-ish thing that could kind of tie it together post-game, but you could miss it. You didn't need to do it.
I mean, Live Alive coming out and this existing sort of implies that they knew that this game was going to be much more Live Alive than the Octopath 1. So
yeah.
And the fact that they're showing more of the characters together is it's indicative of stories.
I love that. I love that 2 design where it looks like columns. That is a really
it's 2 exactly. I was gonna rewind, but everything's screwed up here. But the 2 is columns because it's got the little stanchion in the bottom. Here's the next one. Come on, tell me what you got here.
Don't forget, you can use the left and right arrows to skip ahead 5-10 seconds at a time.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
So another farming game, Fae Farm.
Yeah.
This is the team
Magic
that
Farm,
and they did Dauntless, which is crazy. They went from Dauntless.
Wait, are you for real?
Yeah.
This is the Dauntless team?
Yeah.
What, did they just put that game on like semi-maintenance mode to let it keep rolling in as much money as it can so they can actually start working on other stuff?
Potentially, yep. This is the game they wanted to make. It kind of reminds me of there was a DS game or a Fantasy Life. There's like a little bit of Fantasy Life to this, and I think it has like a lot of little interesting influences. But yeah, the Farm Direct that just kept going. Oh, you're right, it did work. Look at that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, man.
So Fae Farm.
Yeah, first time on YouTube, huh?
This is the first time because usually I'm used to like a button.
Yeah. No, shut
up. This was the one. Shut up, everybody. This is it. Theater Rhythm. I was when I saw this, I'm like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. Let's go. But look at the visuals. They actually thrown in.
It's actually like some almost like anime music video AMVs.
Well, that's what I mean. They did that in the original one, but there weren't like that many of them, so it was always kind of a bummer that you didn't get to play the cutscenes very often. But man,
but what a cool! I love this. It was an RPG. The first one was more of an RPG. The second one was just a bunch of like missions. This one feels like it's gonna be more of the RPG again, but
it's based off of the arcade game.
But that's the good thing. That's the good thing.
Yeah,
it is
because the arcade game rips. It's a very good arcade game.
Yeah,
I love that.
Also means that the difficulty spike is a little higher.
Yeah.
So
yes. I love that, like Megalomania from Live Alive. Look at that, they got all the. Yeah. But I love that they're like you're playing against, you're fighting a Final Fantasy character in a saga background with Live Alive music. It's just really cool. And look at that, 502 songs. Like it's just bonkers. There's a lot of DLC.
I am currently playing Theater Rhythm Curtain Call. Like I've got it on my 3DS right now. Like I've been playing it again because that game fucking rules.
And they tried to do it with the Kingdom Hearts formula. Remember there's the Kingdom Hearts game, which is like, it was
not quite the same.
It's canon. They tried to make it canon, which is really weird. Anyways,
I unfortunately actually literally have to play it so that I can understand story elements that happened in it. Right. It's very unfortunate for me.
It is. Mario and Rabbids. I am totally looking forward to this.
Yeah, this game looks like a different game in a lot of ways.
Well, that's because they took away some of the XCOM aspects of it, made it more Valkyria Chronicles from what people were saying online. I'm like, okay, that's kind of.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be the same thing again.
No,
I'm glad it's not. Yeah.
Yep. Advanced.
Same at its core, but not in its function. I like that. Yeah.
Yep. And it's just the first one was fantastic, and then it's definitely a masterpiece. First one was fantastic. I liked the first one more than I liked Odyssey. And they came out the same year. I think this was the better of the Mario games. And it was like the best Ubisoft game in a long time. But I'm excited for this, and you got Rayman coming as his DLC. So
this is what happens when like the developers at Ubisoft kind of get reined in a little bit. Like, all right, you got to follow our rules.
And then Zach and Cody lost their minds when they saw Rune Factory 3 special, and we had to, they were both crying, and they were prepubescent adolescent boying out. They were really enjoying this news, the Rune Factory 3 special. Very nice.
This really was
very nice looking remake.
What's scary is that like you look at Rune Factory 5, and it doesn't like. I don't. I'm not. We've Zach's already said his piece on the game, but like, Rune Factory 5 didn't look that good to run like dog doo doo compared to Rune Factory 3 Special.
Right?
This is actually interesting, by the way. They said, "Oh, I can." Oh, there you go.
There you go.
It says new series in development.
Yes, I thought that was interesting too. When it was going along, and I forgot to post it in the Discord when I saw that. But
the N64 stuff, Pilot Wings. I loved Pilot Wings on the N64. It was really good.
3 Mario parties.
Yeah, 2 of them within like a month of each other. So it's like, all right, they're going to the well a little bit too much.
I wonder because all of the stuff has online. Like Mario Party these ones online actually kind of, and Pokemon Stadium, like
it's gonna be bad.
That's some cool shit, really.
That's real shit moment for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, I was actually expecting.
Do you know how many hours I have put into 1080 snowboarding?
Oh, dude, 1080 was so 1080 was phenomenal. But like,
so dude, Mario Party 2 is
the best one.
The best one?
It's the peak of the franchise, 100%. Like
it's all good. New mini games, all good.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to. I mean,
I wonder.
This may make me. I was hoping for the Game Boy shit, but this.
Yeah, I wonder how Pokemon Stadium's gonna work.
Yeah. Because
are they
the inclusion of the GB cards was so core.
Yeah.
To the novelty of Stadium.
I wonder if they're gonna like announce like it's linked to Pokebank or something bullshit like that. Like
bonkers. Yeah. But look at here, you got.
But if they were going to tie in another NSO premium thing, they would have said so, you know?
Yeah.
Well, they got 3 Mario Party games, 2 Pokemon Stadium games, and then 1080 Excitebike. So it's like 5 games from 2.
Yeah. Excitebike 64 was also a very good game. And it has the original Excitebike in it, which is very cool, especially at that time.
Playing these games online is gonna be pretty fun. But again, I was hoping for the Game Boy stuff, so that's cool though. I'll take it. And then you had they didn't really talk anything else about again Game Boy. You could have had it.
Yeah,
could have had it.
I have to assume that putting the Metroid logo up in the corner
is
not an accident.
Oh shit! Oh, we're doing it, and then
what were they gonna do? Like you're like, oh shit, we're doing it. What would be oh shit, they're doing it thing? Because it's clearly the
we're getting 4x3, and so we know. I mean, although I guess Metroid Primes were originally 4x3.
So yeah, GoldenEye is coming soon.
Was it them? Would it have been them announcing GameCube games, or
that would have been great. Anyway, GoldenEye coming, and worth noting, they have the exclusive ability for online multiplayer only on Nintendo Switch. Completely bonkers to me. I half believe that it is timed exclusive.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. Yeah, I'm sure it'll come to Game Pass eventually. But
also,
they already did say it's coming to Game Pass.
Various Day Life is a bad name.
Sure, Octopath Traveler, Triangle Strategy, Bravely Default are not bad games because they're all in this company.
I listen. I'm just saying it's the worst name. Factorio is very good. I was playing it with a multiplayer mod, and it's wild. I struggle to imagine it succeeding without blowing a Switch up on fire, especially when shit gets like.
There'll be no mod.
Yeah, that's true. No mods.
What's this? I don't even know what IB is.
It seems to just be a visual.
I don't know if anybody knows what IB is.
Novel style RPG. Okay.
Yeah. It looks like an RPG Maker game. I mean, like,
okay.
Yeah.
It's a weird
one. Mario Strikers, okay, cool. Skip. Everyone forgot about that game already.
Pauline, yeah, got it.
Because you need like freaking Splat.
Zach was getting super horny for Pauline in the chat.
Yeah,
true, but not for Diddy Kong. Come on, man, look at that tail. Yeah, cool. Free update. I got to get back to this game. I haven't.
It's already the second free update. Yeesh.
The
final summer begins. These are good games, but like, the trailers for them at these things do absolutely nothing for me. It's just like, just let it come out and let me play it. Yeah, I'd say you should, but I know it would take you like 8 years to finish it.
Of course.
So don't. Just appreciate them from a distance.
For a second, I thought, oh, is this Genshin Impact? Because it's supposed to come to not till the Switch Pro.
Yeah.
This is I mean, I know there's a faction of people who really love boob RPGs, JRP boobs or whatever you want to call them, and this is one of them. So
dude, let me tell you, the standees that they make for this game are something else.
Yep. Here's a Mario Wave
Christmas 3 track.
Let's do it.
I was chatting with a friend of mine about the Direct, and we're after this moment. What was the track from the DS?
Peach Gardens. This one?
No. They didn't. They have not included it. Delfino.
Oh yeah, Delfino Square, whatever.
Yeah, and and he was like, if they don't add Delfino Square from Mario Kart DS, I swear to God. It is a kind of a glaring omission because Delfino Square is actually one of the only tracks that I remember from Mario Kart DS.
I'm sure they will. They'll drop that one in there. They're trying to get the majority of the tracks. It won't be all of them, but this is their.
Why don't they just make? Well, they should just make Mario Kart Infinite and get it over with.
Yeah, and then we were like, we thought we missed this, but the Wii Sports, I totally forgot. 21 holes from the Wii Sports series, which is Oh yeah. This is what I love, the freaking Survivor Golf. Like, give it like Survivor Bowling is pretty badass. So Survivor Golf, I think, is going to be kind of awesome, especially if your freaking golf balls can hit each other. How badass would that be?
We really do need a golf royale game.
Yes,
just like pure chaos on the green.
But they said it's delayed. I mean, they said holiday, so I think it was set to come out in October, but it looks like they'll probably come out closer to December.
Yeah,
which is
and it's funny that another golf game was announced in the Japanese one that the American one, like Clap Hands, put out a new golf game.
Yeah, one that I want to play.
Yeah.
And then Homeboy's was it Playland said he's got a tan, which is totally true. Yep.
He's been spending a lot of time in Hollywood.
He's looking good, man. Look at that. Color eyes. But no, Pikmin Bloom. Why talk about this?
Do not fucking
Why? This was where Metroid HD was supposed to be.
That's what I said.
Also, you bring up... Why you bring out Miyamoto to talk about Pikmin Bloom, dog?
It is. Pikmin's his favorite.
I know that Pikmin is his thing. I know because he literally has a Pikmin shirt on and he announces Pikmin 4. But man, I don't know. Maybe he really likes Pikmin Bloom. I don't know.
That he's not wearing the Pikmin shirt right here.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I didn't notice that until. Yeah.
The Pikmin shirt doesn't appear until he shows it off as a Pikmin shirt. It's
what
a
I
really
think was kind
fit.
of what I thought was kind of stupid was. Sorry, pardon my stupidness. But he's like, hey, check out this game. Check out all the stuff you can currently do in this game. Let me go over every detail of everything you can currently do in this game. Nothing new announced. Just like, here's everything that you can do.
Just trying to remind the world about Pikmin Bloom.
Yeah. And then they have Pikmin 4. I almost wonder if that whole segment was something that they just had kind of sitting around. They're like, hey, we gotta yank something and throw something else in there. So
well, it's because remember, like, and it resurfaced today that, like, in 2015, IGN tweeted out that Pikmin 4 is done, like, almost done.
By the way, some of our top views yesterday and today were for Pikmin 4 on SideQuest, which is like the stupidest thing. Everybody was expecting.
See, now he's wearing a Pikmin shirt. He has been wearing it,
which you can buy. It's for sale on Nintendo Store now. So
I like the aesthetic, the shots they showed of this, which like
That's cool.
This has a cool look to it. I know this isn't.
I like the look.
Yeah.
I love the
the
miniature eyes, and it also like you're in miniature real world.
Yeah.
Kind of aesthetic. I like that a lot.
Yeah, and I do like the lowering the camera angle. I like that.
Definitely. Moving on. Cool. Just Dance.
Just Dance, really baby.
Dude, I can't believe there was something about Just Dance. Like, I don't understand. In a direct full of like cool, sometimes weird, but always novel shit. The game that has literally never failed to come out every single year. I does not need to be here to me. I don't know.
I think it's because BTS music is in it, and they're doing TGS.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I get it. But this is my direct, and what is it doing here?
Yeah.
Hey, how about more farming?
Farming, baby.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. Cool.
Listen, I will say the one thing that Harvestella does that none of the other farming games highlighted, even though they might be capable of doing it, which was having a tool affect more than one square in a single action. Harvestella is the only game in all of the ones showcased here that actually show that actually happening on screen.
Yep. Harvestella. Okay. And then we have our girl, Bayonetta, and they talk a little bit about which, they didn't outright say it, but yeah. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I like that they just sort of gave like a brief history of Bayonetta to like tease you. It's like to explain, like, okay.
It's like, listen, we know that you guys have been waiting for Bayonetta 3 for a long time, so you might have forgotten.
Yeah. Really lean in heavy on the fact that this is probably it for this franchise.
On the Switch, on Nintendo only.
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Yep. Bayonetta 4 is probably in the works. I think we saw that.
Contracts up, baby.
There's it's gonna be like God of War, where it's like Bayonetta, but like in a new era or some shit. Like,
they have a full.
What were you gonna say, Dolly? You were gonna make a point though about Bayonetta. I thought.
Oh yeah, Bayonetta 4 is probably already in development right now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
here's the new Dang It Grandpa game.
The new Dang It Grandpa. It's also a farming game. I don't know. No, I'm just...
This isn't in the series, is it?
No, it's just from the same people, and it's everything's exactly the same about it. It's
Raincoat. Don't really know much, but it's another detective-ish game.
It's a visual novel set up with Well, his name's like Yuma Cocohead, which is like
what do you mean? I've been with you this whole time. So cool. I mean, I've never played a Danganronpa game. But
cool, man. They're weird. They're weird. They're very weird.
But people freaking love them, and hey, maybe more of these kinds of games by the developers I think are definitely.
What I do like is that there's a lot of, I don't know, game's got style and character, which is always cool, and hopefully not the only thing it has going for it.
Well, I will also say this: the developers that are starting to understand how to do visual designs on Switch, which is not make them like super realistic and really kind of go in on the anime stuff. I think it's already up. Speaking of anime, let's just skip through all the cloud games that won't work. I have
downloaded the demo to this just to see how it runs.
What was the other Resident Evil? Was 7? 7 was already out on Switch.
7 was out in Japan. It didn't come out.
That's right. I downloaded it. I downloaded the cloud version to try it, and it was
me too.
Hot junk.
It was. It was the first one though. Yeah. I tried the Guardians one, and it actually kind of worked.
They're really trying. They're really trying to do this cloud stuff, but
it's crazy.
If only the hardware had like more horsepower to it. I wonder what that would be like.
When sequels coming, we talked about this game.
This is gonna run like shit.
It's just gonna look bad. Maybe a little bit from column A and column B. Crisis Core. But no, I was gonna say something. But what's weird to me about their push for cloud is just how fucking dog shit the Wi-Fi card in the Switch is really bad. Yep. It's very, very bad. It doesn't. It gets no power. It pulls no throughput, and they're like,
right there.
Yeah,
By the way.
at least the OLED system has an Ethernet port in it to maybe
on the dock.
The dock. Like the only way to really enjoy it is through the dock, and you don't want to play the cloud versions of these on the Switch.
Definitely. I'll play this though. You got Radiant Silvergun, which is out today. I never played this, but I knew it was a popular. Was it Dreamcast or what was it?
It was everything at the time. I think it was Saturn originally.
Yeah, certainly the 3D makes me look at it like these 3D elements certainly made me think of Saturn.
Yeah. And then you got the Sega's whatever dungeon.
This game actually looks kind of cool.
Yeah, it does.
It's been out for a while, right? I think. Yeah.
Has it? And maybe it just passed me by. And was the PR campaign not good?
I have no idea. What?
And it was they did not upgrade the Wi-Fi when they made the OLED model. Trust me.
No, they did not.
Wi-Fi strip on board, and they are not. They changed as little as humanly possible to the actual board of the Switch itself.
Yeah.
So this is the remastered, which I guess it's
talk about the intricacies here.
Yeah. It's not the same remaster that's already on PC because this is coming to Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo again.
Yeah, I think this is the same remaster that was on the PlayStation 3. Just like it's that version.
Oh no, it's one of those Dragon Quest 11S versions.
Yeah,
kind of flip.
Yeah,
nice.
So,
okay.
But
game,
but
whatever.
But as far as I can tell, because PlayStation 3 had Tales of Symphonia Chronicles, which was 1 and 2. And but like remastered for 1080p, and it seems like that's what this version is, but then like remastered again for
here's a romancing saga game, which is always cool. I like the saga games.
Yeah, I mean there's that Lego game. I fucking loved that at PAX.
Yep.
Disney Speedstorm.
Sure.
Yeah.
Fall Guys.
Horrible on the Switch.
I tried it, man.
The current Switch.
The current, and then you got the remake. I didn't play the original one on the Wii, or maybe I did.
It's super good, man.
It's good. I might have.
It's just it's just a nice platformer, man.
That's right. So I did play it. Okay. And they did a full remaster of this thing, which is kind of cool. Like there's they fixed lighting issues, new textures, new visual. I mean, they did a good job.
Yeah.
I'll take it. It is the year of Kirby, so they said now that you guys finished up Kirby in the Forgotten Land, and you did the Kirby and Friends racing game. Here's do a platforming. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
and here's just do a platforming game. So here you go. Yeah, good, cool. There've been a lot of Kirby games on. There's like the most games on the Switch of one series is Kirby.
Yeah.
There's already like 20 of them on there.
Man, but Kirby's like so versatile. Like they just do whatever they can with Kirby, and I love it. Like it's so I love what Kirby does, man. Not every game's a hit, but like the fact that they just keep plugging out like crazy Kirby shit all the time, and then still managing to make like a classic Kirby game every once in a while, just really it's nice. It's wholesome.
And then they said, by the way, let's finish it off with
let's wreck Jeff Grubb's day.
Now Jeff did say that we're gonna have the Breath of the Wild 2 name reveal and date on here. So Jeff, but let's wreck him because you missed like 2 other products that people really want. The Breath of the Wild 2, the Tears of the Kingdom.
But
yeah, now we know. Like a good point. That was Taylor when he said, "Yeah, now we know why they didn't. They've just put this thing up for on demand."
Yeah. And you said that they cut this trailer entirely
from the upload originally. Yeah, I don't know if it's in there now, but like the original one,
Jesus, man.
But man, it looks good. Give it to me.
Yeah,
I love me some Zelda.
I love repurposing the dive into water animation for cutting off the side of the mountain.
Yeah. Also, like Tear of the Kingdom also might work if there's if the time traveling stuff is kind of like, make it a pun in its own little way. I doubt anyone's going to say the title out loud in the game. So
yeah, that's true.
Or they'll say both of them. They'll say tears and tears.
Yeah.
Is that the assumption, JJ? Is that they're time travel?
There's some time manipulation stuff that's supposed like with the powers from previous stuff and that.
Yeah, you could see some of the stuff.
Stuff going on in that trailer, like when that rock is going up and shit.
Right. It was going back in time.
Back in time. So yeah, that was a Nintendo Direct. I think. Go ahead.
I was like, that was fine. There's like a lot of just content in the Direct. So not all of it for me, but you know what? The things that were there for me were fantastic. So.
I think what's crazy to me is how Nintendo manages to put out like a 45-minute Direct. It has only half the games, maybe less, are exclusive to their platform. But every game feels like a blessing that it's on the Nintendo Switch. As in that it's like oh wow, they put that on Switch. And you know, my thought process when it's on an Xbox or a PlayStation console is I don't care because it's coming to PC. And I feel like Nintendo's ability to operate in that little tiny midsection between those two things is what is so impressive.
Absolutely nobody should be excited that Factorio is coming to the Switch, but if you were on Twitter, you saw people excited that Factorio is coming to the Switch.
You're like, oh goddamn, how do they do that?
So
That's crazy. I can't wait to see that game running on the Switch.
So I do think one thing we noticed, there was very few first party stuff. You had the Breath of the Wild, which we already knew. They just gave it a name. And Pikmin 4, they just showed a test, kind of an environmental view. Yeah. And then
mostly
they said
screenshots.
Screenshots. And then they said there's a Kirby remake coming. And I think that was basically it for the first party stuff. Was there anything else that
outside of downloadable content and shit?
Outside of downloadable content, yeah. Everything else was third parties because this is TGS.
It's TGS, This was a partners showcase.
Exactly. Which is the PlayStation 1, which we'll get to in a second as well. So, to the point now, I know there's a lot of poor Jeff and Mike Minotti and Hot Girl, Dove, and every Nate the Hate, every leaker and insider out there
really took it on the chin today.
Because I think those products are still coming. I can guarantee you. I mean, I can't guarantee. I don't know.
You mean you think they're still coming? Of course they're still coming.
Of course they're still coming. But this was very much a TGS partner Direct. And you saw what was in here. And you couldn't also throw those in there because it would get overshadowed. Now, if this was at E3, then those would have been in there. Right? You probably wouldn't but those would have been in there.
So I definitely feel you on that. The thing about it is that there were so many people that were so emphatic about it that I also really struggle to believe that there was not a pivot at some point. Yeah. Either Nintendo is getting very, very good about misdirection on League stuff, which is not impossible. They have had a lot of success over the past 6 years with the Switch, and it's a different time now with social media that Nintendo is actually genuinely aware of, specifically probably Nintendo of America. So it would not surprise me if they devoted actually some legitimate resources to misdirection for that kind of thing.
Yeah,
like I said earlier, like having the little things like the screw attack Metroid emblem appearing before they announced GoldenEye is not an accident. There's not.
Listen, we say that, but I bet you go back into every other Direct. Is it always the screw attack icon? I bet you it is.
But I don't know why it would be. Because I think like sometimes it's been actually Mario, like and stuff like that.
I don't know.
So.
I think it's also a note to say, hey, we hear you guys, and we're still working on something here. Like, remember it was when they showed Origami King for the first time back in like 2019 or 2020, and said, hey, here's this game coming out, and then at the end of the trailer, guess what? Mario puts on a freaking Samus helmet, and everyone's like, what? New Metroid game is going to be announced this year? That was just them saying, we know, we hear you guys. Here's a little.
One of my favorite Nintendo, like, what the fucks was the announcing Isabelle in Smash. That was really good because you can go back and watch the New York like trailer for that, and just like the audience going absolutely apeshit and then realizing it was for Smash, and then still announcing that Animal Crossing is in development for the Switch like afterwards. Very good use of Nintendo's fuck you energy to the crowd.
And it was the same with the Banjo-Kazooie. I just rewatched the Banjo-Kazooie the other day. It's like they totally had that fuck you energy because they're like, oh, check it out, and it's Duck Hunt Dog. It's actually freaking
they're good at being trolled.
They really are.
Time.
They really are. But no, I think again, I wouldn't call this the major style direct because
it was good, but it had only one kind of first party announcement, which was the date for Breath of the Wild. Other than that, it was.
I mean, and Kirby, I guess like it's not major. But
no, because it's not.
I mean, like Pikmin
that's true. Pikmin 4 announcing that it existed, even though it's so long in the tooth at this point. But I guess it's shadowed because we know that there are things that are to be announced that have not been announced, and those things are always going to be shadowed.
So here's before we get into the Sony stuff, here's the interesting thing. We have the date for Zelda. May 12th?
May 12th. Somebody's
birthday. That's also going to be the Switch 2 launch date. Like, you just bag it. And I think JJ, you made that joke. The Switch 2 launch. And I think we even posted that.
Before. Do you think that they do anything by launching it before that, or is it going to be day and date?
No, I think it'll be day and date because they want to get through this holiday season.
I love the idea that they've launched a new Switch with like every Zelda game that's come out, and it's like
that's the console magic.
Because the Lite launched with the fucking Link's Awakening remake, and then
true. But I do think they have the majority of their stuff is ready through end of February. They got a lot of games, and I think
it's
March.
End of February. What an interesting time to possibly have a direct and then announce something to come 3 months later.
Yeah.
That's exactly what that's kind of what I'm leading to.
Nintendo historically doesn't do anything major for spring releases at all in any way.
Yeah, so their end of their shopping period, the end of their quarter, their year is end of March, I believe, and so they typically like to throw whatever they can in there to the end. But I think in this case, they're making their way through February, and I think I haven't heard anything. I'm way too far out to think about it. I feel like they'll have their Nintendo Switch 2 announcement in February towards the end of the month there. What they typically do, they had a February direct this year. They'll say, we got the Switch 2 or whatever, Super Switch, Switch Pro, Switch Advance coming.
Switch
coming April. Here are a bunch of games coming out between now and then. All of these games are going to play better on the Switch. Go ahead and buy them right now. Here's stuff to tide you over. They're okay taking the L on sales for a month through their marketing period because they already know that what's coming. And so here, buy these games. They're all going to work great when the new Switch comes out alongside Zelda. And I think that's probably a smart play for them.
So one last question before we move on to Sony and is what do we think the status of Advance Wars is at this point? Like,
I think it is just literally a matter of when.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, especially like if they removed the Zelda trailer from the British stream, I can't imagine, like, they already delayed a war game because of the Ukrainian war. It's like,
yeah, I mean, it's purely going to be a matter of when project managers decide that a game needs to exist in a slot where one currently does not.
Because at this stage, we know for a fact. I mean, this is like, we know Advance Wars is done. Like, that's
it's complete.
It's supposed to be out now, and we know, like, well, I mean,
Way Forward is working on River City Girls too, right?
So and that's pretty much done too. I mean, that's they're just cleaning it up, but like, I wonder, like, we know that 1-2 Switch 2 is just sitting on a shelf somewhere too. Like, Nintendo has these like there was like the weird, like, they've never announced it. There's just been one report, but I know from hearing people, like, I've talked personally to a person that tested that game. Because I live in the state where Nintendo is. So,
and that was supposed to be out in August. I think even Imran, our good friend Imran, mentioned the same thing. That was initially planned for August. It did not test very well.
So I wonder if Nintendo just has like their like zone, their calendar zone, where they're just like, okay, this is our like shadow drop zone, where we just like like if you just drop Advance Wars as like available today, like to sort of stem some like, okay, we have I wonder. It's weird thing that's going on with that.
Now, I've had Advance Wars pre-ordered through Target. Because they had the buy two get one free on pre-orders, and I'm like, Advance Wars will be the free game I pre-order. So I'm waiting for that sucker.
And like, I think some stores were like already starting to get shipments of Advance Wars and shit too. Like,
were they really?
Like a thing,
I would guess that they might have a game or two that they're concerned that might have to migrate or move. And so they're keeping Advance Wars in their pocket in case that happens.
I think you're right. Advance Wars is, the boxes are made. It's sealed. They got pallets of them sitting there.
And that's the thing with like 1-2 Switch is like, we also know that like they actually do have a warehouse full of these complete games.
They actually do have that ready to go, and that's like crap. So they could very well do they're gonna do a tweet. They're gonna do a tweet. But let's move on. Get through this other stuff.
The Sony one we can just blister on through because it's a lot of stuff we already know about or it's already existed. So there was precisely one game that I lost my mind at. It's the very first thing they announced at this thing. So
it was this cool PlayStation looking thing.
Man.
Check it out. I can do this. Look
at you go.
It's rain. Talk about it, JJ.
Tekken 8, baby. Tekken is extremely my shit. Tekken is the best fighting game on the market. Fight me. I don't care. Tekken 7 is leaps and bounds ahead of like every other fighting game on out there right now, and I cannot fucking wait. For apparently, according to like this is what this game looks like. Gameplay. Yeah, this is what this game looks like. So just some camera stuff for
this is rendered on the PS5 in engine. This is part of the story mode, I guess, is this battle taking place. It's a story-based game. It's also coming to Series X, Series S, and Steam, I think.
Tekken, just like Tekken 7.
I'm going to tell you, it was kind of jarring going from the Switch and then coming to the state of play for PlayStation, where I had to remind myself that I have to get back to reading the disclaimers about every piece of footage that is on the state of play, because I didn't have to do it for the Switch at all. Let me tell you, if nothing else, Nintendo does not care about whether or not there are dropped frames on the shit that they put into their Nintendo Directs. It's like, whatever. This is what the Switch looks like. They're going to buy it anyway. I don't care.
Here's what the farming game looks like. But no, this is bad. I'm really looking forward to this. This will be the first Tekken game I get into in like 3 Tekkens. So I think the last one was like 4 or 5 that I got into.
I was gonna say, was it the Wii U one, the Tekken Tag Tournament that had all the crazy costumes?
But Tekken Tag was sick.
Tekken 5 was pretty sick. Yep.
Tekken 7 is insanely good, man.
Is it? Okay.
And it's got some crazy, like, it's got like Noctis and Negan as playable characters in
right.
it.
All right, now we play the what's a game that's already out, Whack-A-Mole, from
Yeah.
there's quite a few of them on the Sony Direct.
I've played this. This is on Oculus. It's not an enhanced edition, but like it's a fine game. But it's not like it's a system seller in any way, shape, or form.
Right.
It is just an advertising arm for the theme park at Disney.
Like, oh, really?
Yeah. So yeah, big deal. It just looks better.
Yeah.
It does look good, but I saw it and I was like, there's no way that this is a new announcement.
No, this has been out on this is like an Oculus Quest 2 launch title. So
right.
Yeah. And then is this Demo? This is
this is Demo
or whatever. Diomo.
The metaverse.
Demo.
Yeah. This is a good game. This is a weird thing. This is one of those weird things to shove in there. I like the idea of it being like a VR fucking Hearthstone with D20s. Like, yeah, let's go. Fucking give me it. But like, it doesn't need the VR. It's one of those games that doesn't benefit from the VR other than just looking cool. Like, this isn't selling me a VR headset, especially when I can play it without that.
Yeah, how do you feel Sony needs to market PlayStation VR? Like, it needs its own. I know they like to put these mixed into their other state of plays, but part of me really feels like, hey, you first of all sell to the hardcore folks who are really into VR games. Like, just do a VR specific state of play or whatever you want to call it to say, here's the VR stuff. Buy. You guys are VR nuts. You're gonna buy this shit anyways. Just focus on VR stuff and focus to those folks.
I think with the VR stuff in particular, they don't have anything. They haven't. They need some games that are going to be for the casual audience, and neither of those are it. And like the Star Wars one's okay, but it's pre-existing and it's just like whatever. But
all right, time for one of the 7 games that look almost exactly like this that was in this state of play.
So Ishin, which is the never came to the West.
Yeah.
But it's finally showing up here. I think people are going to definitely get a kick. I know a lot of folks wanted kids in, I think it was, but
Like a Dragon did so well, and so
it's really funny that they have decided that the spin-off franchise is going to be Like a Dragon.
I know
their choice. It's very interesting. Like, they dropped the Yakuza part and just
they
dropped
the
Yakuza.
Yeah. So Yakuza became a thing now in the West.
Yeah.
Its fan base grew massively. Like a Dragon was really popular. And then Lost Judgment were really popular. So I think that it is now a full popular franchise, and I think it's something that they're going back to the well and saying all these games that weren't out before, let's finally start bringing them over, because
let's buff them up, give them a nice look and shine.
Yeah.
And then there's this thing.
I always wanted to play Ishin, so it's great that I'll be able to play it now.
Here, if you guys want to play Hogwarts. You heard of Hogwarts? Have you heard of this place?
Hogwarts.
Oh boy. Although I do like the idea of haunted house anything. So that's neat, but I don't give a shit about Harry Potter. So
this Harry Potter haunted house is this a special like extra game, or is it built into the game?
It looks like it's built into it because they are just saying it's Hogwarts Legacy. Like, they're not like it says like exclusive to PlayStation or whatever. Like,
it says it's an extra quest.
That's all it is. All right. So that
my favorite.
Okay.
I was gonna say they need to release like a mini Hogwarts experience, not a demo, but just like, hey, here's the experience. Just you can walk around Hogwarts prior to the game releasing. Just like here's Hogwarts Castle or school, whatever it is. Enjoy it, and then when the game comes out, you can kind of really have a good time. Like they did it with a lot of the Unreal Engine stuff, on like iOS and a bunch of other places, and like whatever the Matrix thing. But like, here, shit's going on. Just walk around, take a look at shit, have fun. But when the game comes out, you're gonna want to buy the game.
Yeah,
this is cool.
I can't.
This was like probably the only trailer that was like,
Yeah, this is like outside of Tekken 8, like this is extremely my shit, and I'm excited for it. Like,
I love this samurai game. It's great.
Boy, do I have good news for you.
Yeah.
It looks visually it looks fantastic. They got the lighting. Like, look at this, right? Look at that lighting.
Yeah.
It's really well done.
It's yeah, I like the idea. Like, I love this like weird, like Ghostbusters Ecto 1 kind of shit where your car has like weird supernatural fighting elements built into it. You have to watch it, and it's clearly a survival game. I'm assuming you're going to be like because they always say like the Olympic exclusion zone, so it's clearly a Pacific Northwest based like something bad happened here, probably paranormal or supernatural, and
I'll do
fuck yeah, man, sign me up.
Like, Alan Wake with the Ecto 1.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go, man. Yeah, I like it. Good stuff. And this is
their
is there
first
a date
game
for this guy or
no? Just next year.
Next year. Cool. That sounds good. Yeah, whatever. Let's go Pacific Drive, baby. I know somebody who lives in the Pacific.
I don't know who that could possibly be.
On this and then you had I'll check that out. Cool. PlayStation Stars. They talked about this.
I think I said it in the Discord. Like, I feel like I know less about PlayStation Stars every time they talk about it.
Yeah. Right.
So I was catching PlayStation. I was catching this state of play after the fact, and I got to this part, and I was just like, skip.
For sure.
I don't understand the.
It's like it's just different types of trophies is all it is.
Yeah, it's not. I wish like this would be great if PlayStation Home still existed.
Yes. Yeah.
Like that way,
right?
Like, like if Sony had a metaverse still, but they don't. So this just comes across as hokey NFT bullshit when it's not NFTs.
It feels like, all right, you know what it feels like? It feels like all the PlayStation stuff that was in Astrobot.
Yes,
that they said, here's the cool PlayStation stuff, and then you can go in the world and you can see the controller, and because they had that like museum there.
Yeah,
and
I liked that shit. That was fun and cute because it was interactive, and your little robot was like jumping on a PlayStation, using it as a trampoline or whatever. That was cute, but
I ain't gonna go into anybody else's museum to look at shit unless it's like, unless there are game specific things. Like I wouldn't mind going into JJ's trophy room, and it's instead of seeing like gold, silver, platinum, bronze trophies or like a bunch of different versions of the PlayStation 3 and 2, but seeing like, oh, here's his AEW wrestling trophy that he got.
Here's
like,
his wall of title belts.
Belts. That could be kind of badass.
Yeah, it would be cool if it was like your Madden team won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So here you go.
Like that shit is kind of cool. Or like the Splatoon locker or whatever. But I think there's I think that is maybe a better way to go. Anyways, here's a different version of Returnal.
I guess.
It was Project
was
Eve
it?
before? No. It's
the Project Eve comes after this, Dally. Come on.
Okay, all right.
You're confusing the other game that they had multiple of. That's not Samurais. I mean, like this one looked nice enough.
Nice, yeah. Sin Duality. Okay, Sin Duality.
But I don't know. I'm just like I'm not getting much feeling from the game. Like they don't. Yeah. They're not. I'm not getting like it's not evoking anything.
Yeah.
They dove right into the action, which I didn't quite understand what was going on. Yeah.
Like I don't know what the game is. I don't care about the action.
Yep. Nope. You're correct. And then let's fast forward to. Okay, this is the Project Eve. Nope. Yes. Nope. Yes. Nope.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
It looks cool. Hey, old robot dude. Let's check it out. PlayStation Studios game. So it's Sony is publishing.
Yeah, this one's exclusive.
Yep. So miserably. I like the visuals, but that's not. It's guaranteed that's not like in-game engine type of stuff.
Yeah.
Project Eve is now shift up. Okay, I get it. Oh, you're flying around on a little ship there. It's kind of cool.
It's Stellar Blade. Shift up.
Stellar Blade. And it was called Project Eve, right?
It was originally being sold off as Project Eve before they gave it its title. I don't know what it is, so I don't care.
It's Star Ocean.
I mean, kinda.
Yeah. I mean, it looks cool. I mean, it's anime fucking stuff. I mean, like, all right.
It is very skimpy clad women and very overclad dudes. That's really what this
is. They even put a mask on him. That's how covered up he has to be.
Don't show his face.
I do like the monster designs though. I like gross monsters, and that hair.
There was a Bayonetta-ish thing.
That hair sequence was miserable, and it's funny that it made it to the trailer.
Yeah, it's
where it just kind of clips through existence.
Yeah. I'll play it. I like this style of action game. You know, give me more Bayonetta. I mean, it definitely looks Bayonetta-ish to me, but give me more of this kind of stuff.
I was gonna say, it looks like that weird Ghost in the Shell game that was on the PlayStation.
Right. Whatever, I'll play it. I mean, I don't know what it's going to be, but I'll play
it. This is just like a wait and see kind of game to me. 100%. It's just like, all right. I mean, I'm not attached to it in any way. There's nothing that has been said about it that gets me excited for it. It has, I don't know if there's history on the team or not. I haven't checked to see the full personnel for it, but like, I don't know. There's, sure.
Yeah.
But I don't have a PS5, so I'm waiting anyway.
I will say I walked into Best Buy the other day to pick up one of the 18 amiibos that I have and that I picked up the other day. And they had a bunch of PlayStation 5s. They had the Horizon PS5s and they had just the regular PS5s, like tons of them, probably about 30 PS5s. So I'm like, okay, the stock's starting to get in there. So your mileage may vary. Here's the other.
This looks brand new. I can't believe it. I've never seen a game like this before.
Yeah,
I thought this was Ghost of Tsushima, and then I realized, this is Japan. Nope, there's an American flag right there as you fly past.
Yeah,
you're a Ronin, man. I mean,
you're a Ronin in the U.S. I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Well, he's a wanderer. That's what Ronins are. What do you expect? Gonna wander to America.
This is a Team Ninja-ass game for sure.
Yeah, totally a Team Ninja-ass game. But
fuck I don't care. Whatever. I'm all in. Give it to me.
Cool. I'll play it.
Let me stab George Washington. I don't care.
I do like the visual style is like they're not trying to be like. There's definitely a stylistic realism to it. So they're not trying to be real. Like, this is cool, but it's all about, whoa, that was kind of badass. It's got a little bit of Da Vinci in there. But you look at some of the faces, and the faces of people there's a little bit of caricature to them. There's a little bit of style.
I do like the, sword and gun gameplay combo always. Like, it doesn't happen a lot, but when it does, I'm all in for, like, sword gun combo shit, so.
Oh, he smiled at me. He's going to get him. I'll play it. Looks cool. Ronin. Rise of the Ronin. Was it 2023 as well? That's actually kind of cool. Lifting them up from the 2024.
Oh no, so that's right. The second exclusive.
Console exclusive.
Oh,
which means
put that
PC.
Put that shit on PC. Let's go.
Console exclusive. It means PC. So Rise of the Ronin. Yeah, sounds good. And then I think was it the last? This is it. State of play. Yeah. Here we go. A controller reveal. I'm like, oh, here we go. God of War. Awesome. Let's do it. And then it's funny because they show the controller. They show this video. Then they show the controller. And I think, well, that was all they're showing of God of War. Like, legit.
I know.
I also love that it does say, like...
Unless controller, though.
Yeah, I do like that it does have the attorney speak at the bottom saying that this is not in-game footage when they're showing the stuff for the controller.
But again, should have made this that new Elite controller, because I gotta figure out. But I do like that. I am glad that Sony is finally doing those character branded controllers again, because they'll do like the camo one, or they'll do like a cool color which did all the PlayStation 4 years. This is the first time they actually have like a nice palette to do some neat stuff. Although I do hate the PS5 controller. The God of War Thorly, you can't be serious. Get it serious. So there's Thor because it's Norse.
You can't
I said serious because
you can't make us read it and say it out loud to us
Dog Star
on the same day.
Fenrir is in it.
You can't do it.
It's I mean, there you go. Atreus is a little bit older, right? He's probably he's still
I am sad
a real
that
jerk.
I'm gonna have to wait quite a while before I get to play this game.
In this case, yes, you're gonna have to wait like 4 years to play this.
I think it'll come out faster than last time. Now that it's been established that there's a pipeline.
Depends on DLC, right? So I think games that come out end of 2022, right? November 2022.
It's gonna be 2024 if I'm lucky.
That's what I'm saying. It's 2024 if you're lucky. Probably 2025. But it still looks badass. Again, the only problem is it's also coming out to PS4, which is
but I don't want to play it at 30 FPS.
Yeah, it's That's the PC version. It's the PlayStation. They'll put that out, but you won't be able to get the good stuff. I mean, the original God of War looked fantastic on PS4. So
hey, listen, if reviews come out and it plays at like 60 FPS on PS4, I'll buy it.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah.
But I don't think it's gonna happen.
No, but I mean, I'll definitely be getting this. I played the original. I played 2018's God of War 2 years too late.
It was so good.
Fell madly in love with it in 2020. That was my summer of 2020. Was start off with Animal Crossing, which was a good start, right? Because we were all locked up, and then I went to Breath of the Wild, blew my freaking mind, and then I think God of War right after that, or maybe either one or the other, or maybe I switched the two.
God, that scene's cool.
That's a good. That's a cool scene.
So yeah, there we go. Mermaids.
Playland, you are lucky that 30 FPS is good enough for you. It is not for me, my man. I can't do it.
November 9th, baby. There you go. Check it out. There you go. Throw it.
There's not.
When it comes back.
There's another. There's a
Breaker versus Mjolnir.
Exactly. Good stuff. There it is. So, one thing I noticed between the two was, one thing I noticed between the two is very different. You mentioned something, very different style of presentation. You mentioned that Nintendo is very much here's just gameplay. We're not going to do anything really fancy. You may see, I think maybe they showed a little bit of Bayonetta, but you're rarely going to see Nintendo do a cinematic as opposed to gameplay. There may have been a little bit in that Zelda one, just the very beginning, but that's just you kind of expect that with Zelda. Sony was heavy about that, and like less gameplay. But then I also think just the feel of the Nintendo one. Nintendo always does this with their directs. They try to make them very friendly with people talking to you. Like they actually show the person talking to you and introing. Let's go over to Miyamoto and hey, we hope you like that one. Here's another one. You don't see that with Sony. You don't see that kind of person. You hear the voiceover. Great job, but I want to see the people along with it.
Yeah.
It makes it a little more personal.
I also love Nintendo referring to everything as headlines.
Yeah,
it's very
exactly.
good because it's very facetious in its own way because they know that every single thing that they have is going to be just like it's like our website where it's like every announcement got its own individual article, so everything's its own headline.
Here you go. No, they I think Nintendo does a good job. The content isn't always what people want, obviously. But I think they do a good job. And Sony's great with the visual fidelity, but I never know with Sony. I think you said it, Taylor. I don't know what's going on half the time in some of these games. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what this game's about. Cool. I guess the visuals look really cool, but I don't know what the game's about.
Well, there's not a concerted effort behind, or at least it doesn't feel like it to me, to tell me why I care about any of the games. When Nintendo puts out a game, or at least in my opinion, you either already know about it, either because it's a remake or otherwise, or it's overtly clear based on the stuff that they show. It's like, oh, this is a farming sim game, blah blah blah, etc. etc.
Nintendo also it was funny with Saifu, where they were announced it and they explained it in such a concise way where it was just like
the narrative is just like, you're a person, you have to kill things, don't die, otherwise you become older.
You get like, you get weak and it's like weak and slower, but you get better at fighting or whatever. It's like, all right, there we go. That I understand that game at a better level than if you just showed me.
It's funny. It's funny to be like being walked through a PR presentation is somehow now desirable, but that's just the world we live in.
Well, now. I think Xbox has an indie presentation tomorrow. The ID at Xbox.
They've got the ID,
Which is, I mean, they typically touch on games that we already know about, and it's more about showing off the actual games and
it's giving a stage to these games that don't really have the money to get a stage presence for a lot of things.
But it's not like anything. It's not one of the typical indie presentations that
I don't think Microsoft wants to have a presentation like that right now, because it would just be like, well, here's all of these indie games that we just talked about it.
I guess the nice thing about Microsoft has the opportunity now to say, hey, guess what? Tekken's coming to us. Ishin's coming to us as well. How good
does it feel to be able to play second, where you get to say, we're getting also all the games that PlayStation just announced on their show. It's one of those cases where coming second actually feels kind of better. Like, sure, you're not the one that's debuting, but you're the person that's like, oh, by the way, that's not exclusive. Even because obviously everybody wants to make it look like they're the only ones that are going to be able to showcase this game and this footage.
Yeah.
An Xbox fan isn't watching the PlayStation Direct, and so when Xbox gets to blast out the tweet saying, "Also, we're also getting Tekken 8, or we're also getting GoldenEye or whatever," it's they're getting it on the eyes of the people that so it's they know what's up.
I think,
especially since some of these are and also you're just going to be able to get it for free.
Definitely. I will say, one of my favorite things whenever there's a state of play, is that Sony will tweet out this game. They'll tweet out a game or whatever, and you'll have an Xbox fan. Their only response, they'll tweet back as it's got to be automated, where it just says Xbox better.
Yeah, it's become a meme at this point. People are
great.
Just doing it just because it's expected now. It's not it's funny to see what the console wars has become. It's the book will be far less interesting about this generation of console wars.
Of course. But good day of announcements. Lots of cool stuff. And I think I'm there's a lot of good things coming. Nintendo, for a 43-year-old nerd who grew up on RPGs on the Super NES and the early PlayStation days, Nintendo definitely seemed to nail it for me with that stuff. And again, a lot of those things are coming to other consoles, other devices as well, which is good. So that was really cool to see. And then Sony had some really cool stuff that's also a little bit further out, but Tekken looked badass. I'm definitely looking forward to Tekken. I'm not a Yakuza guy, but I'm going to get sucked into the vortex eventually. I have to, because everybody else does, and then I just got to be a follower too.
It's on Game Pass, man.
It's on Game Pass. So, I think there were great presentations today. You didn't have to love the Sony one. You didn't have to love the Nintendo one, because they're partner presentations. You got to show off what the partners do. You can't overshadow them with all your stuff. You're not going to get SOCOM. You're not going to get Metroid Prime 4. Those are all going to be announced next year. So
it's well, I don't know. You're not going to get Metroid Prime 4, I think, maybe.
I'm going to make a bold prediction. You're getting Metroid Prime 4 shown at E3 next year, because what else does Nintendo have besides a new Switch? Zelda is coming out day and date with the Switch. What's their fall game? You don't have Splatoon. You don't have Xenoblade. You don't have an ARMS. Maybe you can have ARMS too. You don't have Smash Brothers.
God.
You got Mario or Metroid, and probably both. So I'm gonna say, I'm putting the thing down right now. Metroid Prime 4 is the 2023
Project Hammer returns.
Hammer. No, I'm making it up. I have no idea. But yeah, good stuff. Good shows. Great way to avoid work hours. Had it on the background as I was working. So every I had it on I had it on like 3 different devices staring at stuff. So on my work laptops right here with my work screen, my personal laptop, my TV, I was streaming it through the Roku on the Netflix app or whatever, the YouTube app, whatever it was on Roku there.
Yeah.
And I think I even had it on my phone too as I was checking those stuff. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chill out, old man.
I had to work, man. I had like 5 meetings going on at once, but good stuff. All right. Thank you guys. This wasn't a normal side quest. We might still do one on Friday or Sunday. Maybe we'll do on Sunday. We'll actually talk about games we've been playing because there are games and stuff that we're reviewing. Other than that, we'll see you in the next episode of that side quest. For Dolly, for JJ, for Taylor, for Zach, for Sam, for Playland, for Bin, for everybody. We'll see you in the next episode of the side quest.
But not for
Peace.
But not
enough.
Ryan.
It's fine.